Inside the OMG, episode number 184. 184 episodes in a row. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Hope you're enjoying the weather. It's super hot in Los Angeles this week. It's been hot. But all good. We're able to come live. We're streaming into your home. Maybe you're in the car. Maybe you're out and about. Wherever you are, I'm happy you've tuned in and you're along for the ride. Hey, some shout outs here. Sherry, thanks for tuning in. Samantha in Dallas, thanks for tuning in. Mom and Dad, thanks for being here. All right. So, lots to catch up on. It was a really great day for me yesterday. I was at the beach all day. That was awesome. Got to surf a couple times. Super hot outside. So the Pacific Ocean wasn't so cold because it was so hot. It was actually refreshing. Felt great. So that was fun. So hold on a second. I see there's a little technical issue. I think we're okay. One sec. You know what? I'm going to make an adjustment here. Let's see if it helps. Gonna make an adjustment on the delay. One moment. Let's see if this does anything. Okay. Yeah, it's better. All right. I think it's better. Switch back to this screen. All right. So, Chip and Jana, glad you're here. Okay. So Chukapalooza. Let's talk about Chukapalooza. Chukapalooza Festival happening in Anthony, New Mexico. I put the ticket link in the comments if you happen to be near El Paso, Texas, or in Anthony, New Mexico. October 1st. Now I think it's 12 bands doing their thing. It was 10, now it's 12. Olio is one of the 12. There are 2 stages. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic day. I cannot wait. So, for those that don't know, how did we even get to... how is Olio involved with Chukapalooza? So, I'll give you a little backstory here. We've got... hey, Sarah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. So, a little backstory on the guys that are behind Chukapalooza, at least some of the guys. So, I moved to Los Angeles at the tender age of 17. And I'd been here about a year and a half, and I met Nacho and Ruben and Sam. So, Nacho, that's his nickname, his real name's Miguel. Although Ruben likes to call him Michael T. from Laguna. And if you saw that episode with Ruben, then you know all about Michael T. So the 3 of them were in a band. They're from El Paso, Texas. They moved out to LA with their band to do their thing. So Sam and Nacho are brothers. And they started this band back in El Paso. I think they were in high school when they started. And they went through several different guitar players over the years. So we happened to meet. Actually, I met Sam and Nacho. We were painting. We were on a painting crew, and we were painting houses at a place called Leisure World in Seal Beach, California. So Leisure World is a retirement community, and it's a gated community. And I picked up a part-time job. It was a summer job, really, working 5 days a week. And I was painting houses. So we would paint a house a day. There was lots of houses in this community, and they all looked the same. They were probably all 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And we painted the outside. The contract was, oh boy, I don't remember who the company that I worked for. I don't. Landmark Painting, maybe? Landmark Paint Crew? Something like Landmark Painting. So we had to paint one house a day, the exterior. And so Sam and Nacho were part of the paint crew. They were already there. And I don't know how long you guys were there, actually, once I became part of the crew. So I met those guys. They told me about, their band, the Street Boys. They're from El Paso, Texas. And started going to see their shows. And we hit it off. And just great guys. A lot of fun. Great songs. Good energy. They were definitely influenced, John Mellencamp, that kind of vibe. U2, they loved U2. So they were kind of a hybrid of those two artists, plus there was definitely some Texas influence and the blues. One of their guitar players over the years, his name is Paul, fantastic player, and he loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. So when Paul joined the band, then it became, like that Stevie Ray sound really became part of the music, which was awesome. So the Street Boys. So I've been friends with these guys a long time. We're talking 30 years. That's a long time that we've been friends. So they were out here for at least, as far as the Street Boys doing their thing, maybe 15, 20 years. And then Sam moved, he moved away, he moved to Colorado for a bit. And but now Sam, who was the bass player, and let me tell you about Sam. So Sam had a couple stage names. He was either Sammy Gun or Shotgun Red. And he was definitely full of charisma and stage presence, and he was super fun to watch. Just a show within himself. So awesome. Well, Sam bought a ranch in Anthony, New Mexico. So last year, somebody had the idea, and actually, I think Sam was like, "Hey, why don't we do like a little, I don't know, some kind of a like get together, and we'll get some bands together, and let's get the Street Boys back together," because the Street Boys hadn't been a band in years. So Sam was, he called his brother, who lives here in California, and called Ruben, who had Ruben hadn't moved back yet. Ruben was still here in California also. So it was like, "Hey guys, let's do a thing. It'd be fun. We'll do a little thing, and just casual, just acoustic vibe, whatever." Well, ideas, they turned into bigger things, which launched into, no, we should do a music festival, and we'll have stages, and we'll have bands, and we'll like forget about the acoustic thing. Let's do an electric thing, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be fun. And Sam's like, "Yeah, man, I bought this ranch. We could totally do it here." So it went get pallets from, we'd find pallets that were just basically ready to be tossed. These wood, they were, 6x6, maybe 4x4, these wooden pallets. And so we'd grab those, and we'd have wood for bonfires. And then everybody would bring acoustic guitars, and there would be at least 50 of us hanging out, especially with the other kind of people we didn't know from other bonfires. They'd hear the music, and they'd come over. So there was like, 10 guitars and some shakers and whatever, and we would just sing our hearts out and just have a blast. And our bonfire was definitely the party to be at. So we had many of those. So Sam was thinking, yeah, we'll just kind of like, we'll just kind of do like a bonfire vibe, and we'll have this little party, this little get together, just kind of like a housewarming thing from this ranch that I bought. So last year, instead of that little get together, it became Chukapalooza Festival. Why it's called Chukapalooza, I don't know. They told me the story, I don't remember. But they'll have to they'll fill me in, and I'll fill you in. So Chukapalooza was born, well, the Palooza part obviously with like Lollapalooza. Okay, fine. So they did their thing. The Street Boys reunited, and they had a blast. It was super fun. And Ruben was like, "All right, that's it. We did it once. I'm done. I'm good. We don't need to do it again." Well, here we go, year number 2, and it's like, "Hey, let's make it even bigger we'll do 2 stages this time. And Street Boys, come on, we got to do it again. So they invited Nacho and Ruben and Sam. They reached out to me and they're like, we'd love to have Olio come and play. Okay, well, let's make this work. So typically in the past, what we do, especially if that, we're talking El Paso, Texas, that's the middle of the country for from where we are, we would build a tour around it. We've done that before where we've gone to Austin and back. So we'd do like 10 dates, dates coming to Austin and dates coming back. This time we didn't have that luxury. Barry is going to be actually the night before. He's playing in New York. I believe he's in New York, or he's in Boston. Shoot, I don't remember now. But he's playing with Rose Royce, the car wash band. So they're doing their thing on September 30th. So we figured it out. Okay, you fly in, get a flight getting into El Paso. We'll meet in El Paso. So we're doing it. So we're not doing any touring. We're just going to do the one date. Fly in, play, next day, fly home. So that's the plan. But, so a couple days ago, I want to show you this. Ruben sends me this photo, and he's like, hey, by the way, the Chukapalooza billboard is up in El Paso. You guys are on the billboard. So, super cool. A lot of acts in there. Let me read off to you who's playing. So, Jessica Flores, Radio La Chusma. Now, Radio La Chusma is Sam and Nacho's younger brother, Ernie. He's got this band. They're dynamite. So good. We did a show with them. We did a festival in Bisbee, Arizona, as Side Pony Express Festival. This was maybe that was 2018. We did the festival with them. Yeah, man, time's flying. And that was a blast. And they're so good. So I'm so happy that they're doing this Chukapalooza also. So good. And some of these acts I don't know. Sweet Biscuit, I don't know. Olio, I know them. Street Boys, right on. That's going to be fun. Broken Dime Band, EPTX, El Paso, Texas. Jay Cabrera and the Road Dogs. Musas, Hijo de Illegal. Ana Maria Rosales, the Retros, and Elton Juan. I've heard all about Elton Juan. So one of their buddies, he does a really good Elton John thing, but he sings it all in Spanish. Thus the title, Elton Juan. Apparently he did it last year, and it just went over really well. So it was like, dude, you got to come back. You got to do it again. So that's cool. Okay, so I'm just now reading this stuff. Okay, Sherry, we'll talk about the Champions hoodie offline. All good. All right, man, it's hot here where I am. This is Sarah in my living room tonight, East Coast, with about 7 shots of peach brandy already downed. Whoa, yeah, for reals. God, yes, glory days, right? Lay it on me, dude. All right, I saved all your albums to my library and website because I want the Champion hoodie. All right, Sherry, we will work out the Champion hoodie. I know exactly what you mean with the Palooza janks. Ain't nothing but a thing. That's right. You know what's up. So Chukapalooza. Can't wait. I can't wait. We've put together our set for the show. Super excited about it. It's going to be a fun, high-energy show that we're doing, that we're throwing down. I think we're the only out-of-state band. Most of the bands are from El Paso, if not all of them, except for us. So that'll be cool. I get to meet a bunch of new folks, new bands. So I love playing festivals. I love it so much because you get to meet so many cool people, and you get to meet all these great artists, and they're all doing their thing. And with these festivals like this, independent music, it's not some corporate event, which, okay, nothing knocking the corporate events, but these are people really just doing their music their way, doing what they want to do from their heart, giving it their all, and it's just a fun experience. It's the same when we did the Side Pony Express Music Festival. There was 100 artists from all over the country playing that. So that was cool because you'd meet people from New York, North Carolina, Colorado, obviously because it's in Arizona, a bunch of Arizona bands, some other bands from California besides us, Texas, New Mexico artists. So it's always fun to be part of these music festivals. So this will be our first Chukapalooza. And who knows, maybe it'll become a regular thing for Olio to come back and do it, which I'm all about it because I love those guys. Sam, Nacho, Ruben, Ernie, just awesome. So good. I have so many great memories with them. There was a time back in our Long Beach days, we lived in Long Beach, California, and Nacho and Ruben lived in the same apartment building as me. So it was me and Chip and Todd, and then we had a couple other roommates, Mark and Matt. But it was just a blast. It was rock and roll in Long Beach, and many, many, many fun nights. That's for sure. So it'll be a really good time. So if you can make it out to Anthony, New Mexico, if you're from out of town, just fly into El Paso, and it's a 40-minute drive to Anthony, New Mexico. Get your tickets. Get over there. It's going to be awesome. So, all right, so I've got some videos queued up. Let's switch gears. Talk about 3 years ago. It was Labor Day weekend. 3 years ago, we did a little tour. This was our first little tour with Barry. We went and played Arizona. We played Last Exit Live, which I played some clips a couple weeks ago. And maybe last week as well. Maybe we did. I don't remember. But I've got clips because Labor Day we ended up playing at Monument Music Festival, which happened in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So I've got some videos queued up from that from 3 years ago. Super fun. It was a blast. Yeah, and road trips are always fun. Doing the thing with, this was the first one with Barry, but Kelly and I have 10 years of road trip experience, touring experience together, and it's always fun. It's always a good time. So, all right, so why don't we kick off? I want to do this. Why don't we start with a little fun one from Monument Music Fest 3 years ago, Soccer Mom.
She doesn't even wear base. Bedroom hair falls just right on her face. Looking good, she's filling out her old jeans. She's loved by everybody on the team. She wears a Prada like a jersey. Not afraid to get a little dirty. Tells the kids from here to there and everywhere. Not okay, she's wearing anything. She's the vibe. I'm in love with the soccer mom. The game is on. She brings the snacks and oranges to every game. Sweet smile, stimulates the team's flame. Shows us all how to win at life and in love. Not afraid to mix a little vision show. With the kids, that day she sets the mood. All the dad involved for her and not the food. And the while they're watching with the singing. But we ain't got no alibi. She's the vibe. I'm in love with the soccer mom. The game is on. Now it's understood. Cause she was not the one to watch. Wearing my friends here. Kicking the can and no one can recall her name. A late bloomer, she feels by side is all the shame. Now she's grown up, now nobody go to space. Such friends, they picture her in red light. Two heels, fulfilling their desire. My relatives, igniting my fire. She's the power, I'm in love with the soccer mom. I see no way, can't decide. I'm in love with the soccer mom. Within my dreams, yes I go. I'm in love with the soccer mom. Yeah, yeah. Soccer mom, you know you drive me crazy. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate?
Soccer Mom. Soccer Mom. So, in case you don't know, let me tell you a little bit about the Soccer Mom, like why that came and how that came to be. I know some of you know the story, but there are some new people that have tuned in. So, I'll just give you a little background on Soccer Mom. Years ago, hanging out at my nephew's soccer game, they were little then, they were like 6 or 7, and I'm on the sidelines. And, we're there, we're all right, we're supporting, and, it's little kids playing soccer. It is what it is. But one of the moms that was there, her kid was playing, I was like, wow, she's pretty good looking. And I thought, Soccer Mom, that's kind of funny. That'd be a funny song. I went home, came into this room. It took me about 5 minutes, and I wrote it. And I'm laughing the whole time, just like, oh man, this is just silly. This is a silly song. It's nothing like any of the other stuff we do. And I thought, well, it is kind of catchy. Let me show it to the guys. See what they say. If they're like, nah, whatever. So it's really their fault. So at the time, Matt was playing bass, and Dee was on drums. And so they came over for our next rehearsal, and I was like, all right, guys, I wrote this song. It's, I don't know. Just let me play it, and let's see I don't know. We'll see. I was kind of giving them an out before I even played the song. So I play the song, and they're dying. They're cracking up. They're like, we got to do this song. Like, no. We're going to do it. Let's figure it out. So I show Matt the chords. He's ripping on bass, and D right away in. He starts with some vocal harmonies, and it's like, man, this is really fun. This is feeling really good. All right, we'll see what happens. We start playing that song live, and we get a huge response from this song. So much so that it landed us playing at the LA Galaxy, which is a huge soccer team here in LA. We played in their arena. We played before one of their games. We got invited because of the Soccer Mom song. The guy that books the entertainment there was like, man, you guys got to come and do a pregame concert. So we did, and we had a bunch of Soccer Mom shirts made that we gave away, and it was a huge hit. And it was funny because as people were kind of coming in, we had our set. I think we played 45 minutes, but it was like Soccer Mom was played every third song, because as people would come in, they'd hang, oh, Soccer Mom, this is so cool. They'd get a shirt, whatever, and then it was like, oh, we got to get to our seats, and then, we just kept, it's like, oh, Soccer Mom again. So Matt was with us for 4 years, bass player, from 2007 to 2011. Soccer Mom was written around 2007. It was on the 2009 released album called Living the Dream. And so, we're 3-4 years into playing the song live. Matt leaves, Kelly comes in, and so now we're showing Kelly our catalog of songs that he's got to learn. He's got to learn a ton of songs, because we're like, all right, you're the new bass player. We got a bunch of shows to do. We don't do covers, we do originals, and we've got a lot. So, let's see what songs resonate with you, and we can start there, because you're the one that has to learn all these songs. Dee and I knew a ton of songs. We wrote them and whatever. So Kelly, he was like, oh, Soccer Mom? Oh, we're definitely doing that. And I'm like, Okay, so it's Kelly's fault that we're still playing Soccer Mom, because then he put more life into it and gave it longer legs, and so, here it is. The song was written in 2007 or 2008. Here we are, 2022, and I'm talking to Barry today. We're talking about the set in for Chukapalooza. And I'm like, okay, these are the songs I'm thinking, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, people in the Chukapalooza, there's a Facebook group with all, like 1,000 people in this Chukapalooza thread, and people are like, oh yeah, you guys got to do Soccer Moms. I was like, well, I don't know, Barry, I think we're gonna have to do Soccer Moms. He's like, oh yeah, we got to do that one. So there you go. Even Barry, who's new, he's like, yeah, we got to do Soccer Mom. So Soccer Mom story. Funny, it's all good. Okay, so Sarah says, sounds like we've nearly intersected. Yep, with some of the same folks. Okay, I'm sure, because we've been doing the touring across the U.S., and if you were tapped into all that stuff, then I'm sure that's definitely a thing. Sherry's talking about Tennessee. What do you mean? I've been in Tennessee. We played in Memphis. Love Tennessee. So you're talking about Chattanooga. We call it Chat Town. All right, originally born in Tennessee. Yeah, Soccer Mom. Beth, hey Beth, you're right on time. All good. Sherry, I'm listening to the background story. Yep. Sherry welcomes the wife of Dr. No Sleep. So there you go. You got a nice welcome. Do you still got the shirts? Yeah, I don't have any more of the giveaway shirts. We have shirts that you can get on the website. So it's good. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Jay? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. All right. So yeah, how about some photos from 3 years ago? So here we are. We're at Mike's place. I was telling you about Mike's place. Mike is a good friend of Barry's, also an amazing drummer. Fun fact about Mike. Is that Mike sitting at the desk? Yeah, so Mike is sitting in the background. So years ago, when Mike lived out here in California, there was a place called the Red Onion. It was a chain of bars. Well, Guitar Center would host these drum contests. They call them drum offs or something. And there was this, all these amazing drummers would come out, and I think Barry, he won the first one that they had. I mean, because Barry's just a monster drummer. I mean, you've seen the videos, you know what I'm talking about. Well, Mike is no slouch himself, and he ended up, there was this snare roll contest. How many snare hits could you do in 60 seconds? So they put like this little counter on the snare head, so because you can't sit there and physically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not going to work, right? So you have the counter on the snare, put it on the snare, they attach it to the brim, but it's counting how many hits. And I don't remember the number. Barry, if you tune in, you can tell me what the number was. But Mike won. His snare roll game was on point. So he won the thing. So anyway, Mike and Barry go way back, and Mike was kind enough to lend Barry some drums when we played in Arizona 3 years ago. Stayed at Mike's place, and then we had a day off to actually write. So there we are. We're doing a writing session. Barry's up front there. I think we're in the middle of setting up, and we worked on Champions on that day, along with Love Finds a Way and some other things. So that was cool. There I am with my good friend Dave. I've known Dave since my high school days. This is in Colorado. Dave lives in Colorado Springs, so he came out. This is before the festival started. He came early, so we were just like hanging out, and super cool. So it was good to see Dave. Yeah, that's during the drive out or the drive back. And there's that NWO shirt. If you tuned in last week, Kelly talked about, we had that backstage episode where Barry had a wardrobe malfunction and he needed an extra shirt. So Kelly had hooked him up with the NWO shirt. So I love that video. I know I've shown it like 5 times over the course of 184 episodes, and I'm sure I'm going to show it more. Won't show it today, but I just love that backstage footage. It's so fun. We take turns driving while we're touring. That was my turn to drive. So there we are in Mike's. He has an extra office space, and we turned that into our jam session, our writing session room for the day, which is always fun because you just all day you set up, you eat, you work on music, you eat some more, you work on more music. It's just an all-day fun, creative endeavor. Love those days. Good days. All right. Cool. Okay, so the next video I'm going to play for you, also from Monument Music Fest, Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother! The song's called Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama. She came to Vegas from Bahama, mansion filled with melodrama, head to toe in golden thread woven through her dress. Snake eyes, shady bed, gambling, borrowed debt, love a boy inside her skin, taste that spoils her sin. When you give my girl to me, money won't fix that. When you give my girl to me, money don't. Listen! Not so sweet from Cincinnati, drives a vintage Scotty, knows the tricks and he struck it rich. He's the devil's bit. Greenbacks won't make her good. Pocket change for a fool. Ladies cringe when he's out of sight. There's no love tonight. Here I come to it. Money won't fix it. When you give my girl to me, money won't fix it. Here I come to it. Money don't, money don't, money. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar mama, we can't get there, we can't come. Sugar daddy, sugar mama, mama, sugar mama can't buy true love. When you get right down to it, all the money won't fix this. When you get right down to it, all the money won't fix this. Thank you.
Yeah. Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama. Yeah, cool. All right, so Sarah and Sherry. That's awesome. Look at you all just chatting away. So cool. I'm happy that we've got a space for you two to enjoy the Olio music and talk about stuff. Super cool. How about, okay, I have something else here. More shots. Okay, so this is from the weekend. This is with my good friends, the Muncies. Just sweet people. They used to live in LA. Now they live in Colorado. And we got to hang with them while we were there. And they came to the show, and it was just so fun. So much fun hanging out. It's great. People. I love it. Relationships, right? It's the best. It's the best. This is a view from their living room. There's a piano in that room, and look at that view from in their house. I mean, come on. I had a moment where I had some time to myself. They had to run some errands, or they were doing something, and so I played piano, and I just was looking out at that view while I played piano, and I was like, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Had to take a picture, and it's something else especially when you're there. All right, there's a shot of us on the stage at Monument Music Fest. Here we are, hanging out, meeting people, selling merch after the show. That's always the best part of playing, is getting to hang out and meet people and talk to people. And music does that, you know? Music does that. Music brings people together. I love it. I love it. Yep. Oh, dude, yeah, so yeah, no, so cool. Like that thing you did, and that was awesome. That one drum fill, and it was all good stuff. All good stuff. All right, I want to switch gears, and I want to talk about something that happened over the weekend, which I don't know if you had a chance to tune in, but there was a tribute concert, one of two, that happened at Wembley Stadium over the weekend, and it was for Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of the Foo Fighters. And some of you on here know Dave Grohl, as I do. We grew up with Dave, and we went to the same middle school and high school, and his mom was my English teacher in 11th grade, and some sad news, she passed away a couple weeks ago, so our hearts go out to Dave and family. Yeah. So, the tribute for Taylor was awesome. I got a chance to watch pretty much all of it. And, you know, here's a guy that just loved music. And he would have loved that tribute show that Dave put on. So if you get a chance, go back onto YouTube and do, search and see. I mean, Wolfgang Van Halen did a couple Van Halen songs, which was awesome. He did, I think it was On Fire and Hot for Teacher, those two songs, and he killed it on guitar. Josh Freese on drums, Dave played bass, and Justin Hawkins, no relation to Taylor Hawkins, he's the singer from The Darkness, he was on lead vocals. Killed it. So good. Great energy. It was just awesome. I think that's what kicked off the tribute show, and it was like almost 6 hours long. I mean, it was amazing. I had the chance to meet Taylor about 10 years ago. My family and his family coincidentally hung out. We were in Catalina at the same time. Catalina is a little island just off the coast of Southern California. It's 26 miles away. And when you're there, when you're on Catalina, it feels like you're away. It feels like you're not part of Los Angeles. You know, you feel like you've gotten away, and it's just a quick boat ride over. It's like an hour boat ride, and you're over there. So we were there, Beth, myself, our kids, and Taylor happened to be there with his kids and his wife. And I didn't know him before that, but went up to him, said hi, explained who I was, how I knew Dave, and we hit it off immediately, and we just like talked music. So every day we would just like run into each other and and just talk for an hour and talk about Queen. And at that time we were working with Eddie Kramer, who is a great producer and engineer, worked with Hendrix and Woodstock and Bowie and all that. So he was asking me questions about Eddie and what that was like, working with him. And so I was sharing all those stories, and it was just a really, really fun time. And he just loved life so much. And it's such a tragedy that he's gone. It's just so heartbreaking. But one of the things that was just incredible, if you haven't seen this already, you got to see towards the very end. It was almost the last song. They do the Foo Fighters song "My Hero," and they have Taylor's son Shane, who's 16 years old, played drums. Just crushed it. He has that same fire that his dad had. There's just a thing. There's a lot of great drummers, but Taylor really had this extra fire, this extra spark and intensity when he played. So that's always like, well, what's going to happen now? Like, what's going to happen with the Foo Fighters? I mean, who's going to do it? And there's a lot of great drummers that can do it, but Taylor was definitely just someone special, and he really loved playing in the Foo Fighters. And I think I've heard Dave say over the years, Taylor's really the one that really kept this band together and really kept the fire going, because he was like, come on, we got to do stuff. Come on, we got to like do the next record, and we got to go back on the road and do our thing. And just, he loved it. And so it was beautiful to watch. It was a beautiful tribute. Dave did a fantastic job. All the Foo Fighters, everybody that was involved with it, all the special guests. It was so great to see the guys from Queen, Brian May and Roger Taylor, and Roger's son, who's the drummer in The Darkness. He played. And then, Taylor was a huge Rush fan, so the two guys from Rush were there, and they did a thing. And it's just awesome. It's awesome. So what I'm going to do, a few years ago, I wrote a song dedicated to Dave, and it's on the Party Up EP that we put out. It came out in 2020. It's called Night and Day, and it's a tribute to Dave. So I'm going to play it for you now. I had to turn it on. Knew a boy back in the day, was a drummer born to play. Dropped out of school to make it all the way, night and day. Joined a band, made a name. MTV fed the flame. Radio shot them into fame. The road became his home. Time was not his own. One that got away. One that got away. Red night and day. On the rise, on the run, never stop on the run. Everything rolled up into one, too much to overcome. In the end, the damage done. One they got away, one they got away. Red night and day, got away. One that got away. Red night and day, nothing left to lose. strong. Sadness grew forever long. There was something more to say. Gonna sing it night and day. When they got away. When they got away. Red night and day. Got away. When they got away. Red night and day. Got away. When they got away. Red night and day. Got away. When they got away. Night and Day. So you can find the full studio version on the Party Up album. Came out in 2020. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere else. Google, Amazon, Deezer. I like saying Deezer. Anybody use Deezer? I don't know anyone that uses Deezer, but I see it's an option. All right, let me see here. Okay. Cool. All right, I'm just going through all the thread here. Nice. Yep, two families coming together. Yeah, Shane totally killed it. Absolutely. Yep, precisely. Yep, okay, good. We got it all worked out. All right. Job interview. Good luck, Sherry. Crush it at your job interview. Nice. Dallas would like to know if you would play Boom. Dallas, you're in luck. Yep. Awesome persuasions. Blessings be unto everyone for always. Yep. All right. Good. Yeah. So, I was thinking about you, Dallas, because I know how much you like Boom. And Sarah, I know how much you like Boom. And Sherry, I think you like Boom. So, I do have Boom queued up from 3 years ago when we played at the Monument Music Fest. So why not get right to it and give the people what they want? And here's a little Boom.
That was me. I'm gonna play me. Got the sweat to match your swagger. Got the look. Breaking every eye to see. Got the look. She got the moves to make him stagger on the hook. Now he's making room for three. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Everybody go boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Put a ring on his window, but his friends tell him to run. She thinks he knows he's a real officer. Can't get his 99 officer. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Everybody go boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. With boom, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Longer every time. Just like that. Longer every time. Box along, she's a slave with black. He's no longer living free. She took the fool, she's a player all the way. He has a lot of tragic me hear you. It went boom, just like that, just like that, just like that. Everybody go boom, just like that. It went boom, boom, just like that. It went boom, just like that, just like that, yeah, just like that. Y'all let me tell.
Boom! Just like that. Y'all know where it's at. Jimmy, thanks for tuning in. Craig Ferguson Show. That's awesome. How was that? Was there a musical guest? And who was it? Let us know. Let us know. Inquiring minds and all that, you know. Yeah, that's fun. Craig Ferguson Show. Nice. Never too late, Jimmy. You're right on time. You're right on time. That's good. Yeah, so Boom. Boom was fun. Boom's always fun playing. Fond memories of, you know, that song is a good introduction to the band, because right away you can grab people with that song, especially if they've never seen you before. And so for years we would open with that song. So no one's, you know, there's a lot of people, you're touring across the states and you're hitting markets that you haven't played in before. And so it's like we cater our set and we kind of strategically set it up, and we would start with Boom, and that was just a good way of like, all right, this is a good, you know, good introduction to the band and what we're about, and you can grab onto it and have a good time with it. It's funny. There was a show we did in Fort Worth, Texas, where we opened with Boom and we went into Soccer Mom, and people didn't know how to react because it was just like, Soccer Mom, what is this? And so we finished and Kelly's like, you can applaud now. And they're like, oh, all right. And then Kelly says, it's okay to have fun. And then that was great, because then the rest of the set they were in, they were like, oh, you guys are like fun. Because this was a time when there was a lot of the, you know, the shoegaze bands that, you know, we're not that. We're more of a good time, and not knocking any of the shoegazers, but I think the audience wasn't sure what to expect, and so they were like, "Oh, they're like smiling and stuff." They're cracking jokes in between songs. Like, what is this? This is we weren't used to this, so it's fun. All right, Jimmy, let's see here. Boom was my first intro too. Yeah, Jimmy, that was you're welcome, by the way, Samantha. Dallas, you rock. Thanks for watching Boom. Yeah, Jimmy, that was at the Whiskey. That was the first time we met Jimmy. Sherry, Champions, that was your first song, right? Cool. Sweet, this is good. All right. So Sherry, you got to let us know next week how the job interview went, and we're all pulling for you, because that's what we're about here, all about positivity and pulling for each other, because this life is too short, and we're in it together, so in it to win it, right? So you go and crush it. Go do your thing. All right, well, let's see. We're coming to a close here. Oh, Jimmy, though, did you say? I'm looking here. Oh, nope, just stand up. Okay. All right, so no music act. All right, sounds good. All right, well, this has been Inside the OMG, episode number 184. I had to cheat and look at the number because there's been so many episodes, I've lost count. Episode 184, in the books. We talked about Taylor Hawkins. We talked about Chukapalooza. We talked about Soccer Mom. We talked about Sherry going after this job. We talked about, what else did we talk about? Well, you know what we talked about. You were here. So, all good. All right. Next week, episode 185. Barry, I talked to Barry on the phone soon, like an hour before the show. And he was like, hey, so what are you doing tonight on the show? And I said, I have no idea. But I'll figure it out. And it'll be good. And it'll be fun. And we did. We had a good time. Episode 184 in the books. All right, I'm going to leave you with As a Dream by Alexa Hodzik, featuring Olio. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Been handling my business tonight beautifully, and that's because you all are tuning in and participating. Makes it super easy. Super easy. Right on. All right, there it is. Everyone, have a great night. Till next time, keep rocking. Here's As a Dream, featuring Olio. Much love to you.
Late nights, long drives, fake a smile. I'll be out for a while, and nobody knows how the pain grows. Waves get farther, but the nights get darker. When I say goodbye, it's over. And when the lights go out, I'm getting closer to panic. Can't breathe all alone with this hole in my throat, and I'm screaming, save me, get me out of this never-ending grief. Please come. Sore throat, fresh tears. I'll feel numb after a couple beers. I'm turning it off, shutting it out. I don't wanna feel if this is what it's about. I'm losing my mind without you, and nobody knows what I'm going through. Panic, can't breathe all alone with this hole in my throat, and I'm screaming, save me, get me out of this never-ending grief. Panic, can't breathe. Panic, save me. Panic, save me. Panic, can't breathe all alone with this hole in my throat, and I'm screaming, save me, get me out of this never-ending grief. You never said you were going. I never got to say goodbye. Please come back, even as a shadow, even as a dream. You never said you were going. I never got to say goodbye. Please come back, even as a shadow.